Florida's marijuana industry could triple in size if voters approve recreational use next year. That's according to one of the state's largest medical cannabis producers, Trulieve. Capitol reporter for Saunders recently got a behind-the-scenes look at the company's major operation in North Florida. He has more from Tallahassee.
You're looking inside the nation's largest legal indoor cannabis cultivation facility. Rows and rows of medical marijuana here soon ready for patient use. A $2 billion Florida industry that Trulieve thinks could become $6 with adult legalization.
That's the math. Look, we have 21 million residents here in the state of Florida, growing all the time, of course. Folks found us post-COVID, and then 138 million, unique tourist visits a year.
Kim Rivers is the CEO of the company, which is spending millions on a ballot initiative to legalize weed in Florida for those 21 and older. She's hopeful, if not optimistic, it'll happen.
Getting a ballot initiative process across the finish line and implemented in any state is not an easy task. That being said, we're certainly encouraged by where we are today.
An obvious boon for the company. Kim says it'll mean more jobs and an expansion of operations. And for the state, it could be a windfall of new sales tax revenue. California alone is taking in $1 billion per year. And according to the Marijuana Policy Project, in 2022, legalized states raked in a combined $15.2 billion on just recreational use.
Good morning and welcome to the Florida Supreme Court.
Hurdles, however, remain to even get this measure in front of voters. Just last week, Florida Supreme Court justices reviewed the ballot language, which the Attorney General's office alleges is too vague for voters to understand.
The Attorney General opposes ballot placement because we think in several ways this ballot summary is misleading.
Justices are now deliberating whether they agree. And if the measure meets muster, it'll be on next November's ballot, where 60% support is needed to pass. The legislature is up next, creating laws implementing the idea, but that could pose another problem.
I support medical marijuana. I'm not a supporter of recreational marijuana.
There are many in the GOP majority against recreational weed, including Florida's governor, who said if president, he would not decriminalize it.
This stuff is very powerful now that they're putting on the street. And when these kids do it, it's really bad for the youth.
Especially if Governor Ron DeSantis returns to Tallahassee, supporters now worry Republicans would create strict rules to undermine legalization, citing Florida's felon voter laws as an example. Though whether the door to legal weed is closed or not is just speculation at this point, Florida, it seems, is still making up its mind, as advocates wonder whether to hold their breath. At the Capitol, I'm Forrest Saunders, Florida 24.